That's how you
Excellent.
say.
Excellent
Judgment Day.
pronunciation.
Oh,
Oh,
look
hey.
at what we have next.
Well, look at what's next.
Yeah.
Oh, someone.
It's
What is that?
beef foire e oos. God, that was bad. I'm sorry.
Beth Oris.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm going to be voicing Horace for this.
Where? Wait,
There's Horace, CT.
I'm trying to
Capricious
find
Tool.
It sure is.
Yeah, no, I'm
Capacious Tool.
It's Capacious Tool,
Capacious
to-
Tool.
Oh,
which
fake
is
art.
just a fancy
That's
way.
okay.
He picked that out because he works with robots, but it also
Yeah.
means penis,
That's
which is very
I found
funny.
it. I found it.
There is Jojo. Would you care to narrate your fic?
Yes, I will narrate, and I'll also be Cronus. He has one line.
Do you have like
Oh.
do you have like preferred voices for everybody to play?
I do
I'm
not. You can do
Cankry.
whatever the
I
hell you
think
want.
that's the only one.
I've got Horace. I've apparently become the Horace VA after Crow's stream.
Did you guys ever notice that Horace kind of sounds like horse?
It does.
Damn
Look
shit.
at that. All right, we've. I'm sorry, Anna. What did you say? I did not hear you.
I'll take Arania.
Nice.
I'll be whatever little bit of Mina there is offered.
There is
and/or
Mina. There is a little Mina. Yeah.
There's got who we got. We have
Oh, we have Scratch as well.
Cankry Arania, Professor Scratch.
Professor Scratch.
Yes, that's the same as the narration.
Okay, yeah, so you'll be that as well. Okay, cool. I think we're all set.
Right. So for context, Arania has started gathering players for Scrub, and Cankry is mad that she left him out. That is the conceit.
Yeah.
Cranky.
Your name is Cankry Vantis. You are a staunch advocate for low blood rights, masculinism, hemo-egalitarianism, and reparations, among other things. At a young age, you were culled for your mutant blood, and now you're forced to live with your custodian/roommate, along with your Lucis. He has an incredible hunger, which can only be sated by industrial-sized bags of algae. He's probably getting pretty hungry, so you should feed him soon. You've recently uncovered a plot by your roommate, which you wholeheartedly intend to meddle with. You don't like being excluded, and in fact, the idea scares you very deeply, not that you'd ever admit it. Navel gazing aside, it's high time you start doing what you do best: networking, socially. Your typing style tends to be with both calm and serene, if a bit over verbose and unaccommodating, and your online handle is cardio-egalitarianism. What will you do? Cankry, examine room. You examine your room. It's a nice room, a repurposed guest bedroom. You measured the exact square footage, and it is in fact completely equal in floor space to your roommate's room. You are very careful to make sure everything is equal. On your wall are several posters, all of revolutionary leaders from history, such as Karl Marx, his immense facial hair bushily gazing down at you. You press a hand longingly to the poster, your eyes growing hazy as you imagine running your hands through that supple beard. You look away, snapping out of it. Next to your Rakupakun is your desk, which is kept pretty cluttered, covered in pages from your tortured manuscript of your manifesto that you've never gotten around to finishing. Behind that is your computer, which you haven't touched for years. Why use the computer when chitter can be accessed from your phone? Rope some friends into your scheme. Oh, there will be plenty of time for that in due time. For now, your aforementioned custodian needs his breakfast. On your way to the scuttlebuggy shed where the algae is kept, sure enough, you hear his howls from the back lawn ring. You roll your eyes. Even though you do, you love your Lucis deeply. In fact, your crabby father is possibly the only person in the world you can speak honestly to. Perhaps because he can't speak back. You lug a 30-pound bag of large aquatic Lucis algae feed out into the back lawn ring, huffing as you set it down. Predictably, in mere moments, he is bounding towards you, and before indulging in his meal, he tackles you to the ground playfully. He's nearly twice your size, standing 10 feet tall, his spindly arms supporting his big, meaty claws, which wrap around you in a hug.
Haha! Okay, calm down. It's good to see you too.
Your Lucis gets off and begins his feast, tearing the packaging from his meal, using his feisty mandibles to chomp and chew. Heartbreak strikes you suddenly.
I got your favorite.
You speak quietly. Crabdad pauses, blinking at you with his glassy compound eyes. You reach forth to pat his face. He seems to understand, nuzzling your hand lovingly. He coughs and you recoil, candy red blood spewing into your hand. You flinch and you feel yourself tearing up as he coughs again.
Don't worry, it's okay.
You're not sure if he knows what's happening to him, but he's smart. You figure he knows just as well as you do.
The Bayonetarian said you'll be okay. Don't worry.
You look at the blood on your hands. You both know in this case, okay doesn't mean live a long and happy life for years to come, but you both still know it to be true. You try to smile, but it's sad. You hug your crab dad, grateful you still have the opportunity. Go inside. You head inside. Arania is there waiting, and she sees your hand, alarmed.
Did that monster scratch you again?
Yes, but it's my own fault. I got in the way when he was feasting. It's only to be expected.
Ugh, I don't know how you tolerate him. I couldn't imagine having a Lucis that size.
Your fist clenches. Arania raises her eyebrows. You know it's off-brand,
I
but
eat
you
you.
silently push past her inside.
Just don't bother him.
Rope some friends into your scheme. Hey, that's a good idea. Something to get your mind off things. You flop down on the communal living room sofa. Oops, the lesser respite slab. Can't be caught using the frilly vernacular of the high bloods. You check to see who's online and that you could fleece for participation in this game. But first, you decide to get some information from Mina. Cardiogalitarian began trolling cruel condescension.
Good evening, Mina. It has come to my attention that you and Arania have made contact concerning the game. I would feign surprise that I have not been included, but the truth of the matter is, I've come to expect this from your hoity-toity high-blood types. Be it as it may, I would like to play this game with you both.
Pass.
I understand you need 12 players.
Yeah, but like, I'm not that desperate, lol.
Just as I suspected, preemptively excluding me because of my blood cast. I thought better of you, Mina, as future ruler of our planet.
You think I give a shit about blood? Dude, we're excluding you because you suck at games and you're a huge bummer.
If envisioning a better world than one toiling under her imperious benevolence is a bummer, I think you need to keep better company. I insist on my inclusion in this game of yours.
Nah.
Cruel condescension blocked Cardiogalitarian. Blast. You haughtily shift in your seat. Arania peeks her head around to the corner.
Zachary, do you have a moment?
Not now, Arania. I'm not in the mood to hear your excuses. Leave me in peace. I'm conducting vital fuck.
This isn't about the toothbrush.
Privacy!
Arania scoffs, but she leaves you be. No doubt she wanted to weasel out of responsibility for moving your precious oral bone scuffer. The nerve. You scour your friends list for other friends to ask about the game. If Mina's looking for players, perhaps she'll be more charitable if you bring her other willing participants. Not many people are online except... Oh, perfect. Cardiogalitarian began trolling Capacious Tool.
Horace, do you have a moment? I have a somewhat pressing matter I need to discuss with you.
1,000 pardons, Khan Cancri, but my status is online was made erroneously. Of course, if it is truly important for you, I can make time.
It would be rude to interrupt. All the same, I will say my piece in the hopes that you are able to respond in a timely fashion. The urgent matter is thus. There is a plot to undermine the very fabric of the delicate social order that I have worked to maintain. The plot involves the playing of a mysterious game.
The game? Oh, of course. I heard about the game when the very visitors gracing my presence as we speak. I would be elated to play this game with you, Cancri.
Who is this visitor? And do they know anything more about the game? I'm a bit in the dark on it myself.
You are such a card, fair Cankry. Nearly as much a card as my sweet mate spread. But suffice to say, this game is important, I think. My dear visitor talks a lot, and, well, my sweat valves are a bit clogged at the moment, so I'm only able to pick up the gist of what she is saying.
Who's the visitor? Can she play this game too? The more the merrier.
I will inquire. Sadly, she says nay. I expected as much. Be that as it may, you have one player. I understand there will be a duo of teams on this venture. Nay, tell, are you familiar with which team we will take part in?
That's a good idea, actually. Teams will inspire healthy competition. Also, you used nay 3 times as a pun there. Is that allowed?
I believe so. I will consult the equine tome of quirks later on.
If it were anyone but you, I would think you were joking.
My apologies, Cankry. I should get back to my associate visitor and find a place to empty my sweat valves.
Capacious Tool, stop trolling, cardio-egalitarian. Well, that's one player down. And the promise of a team. Wonderful. When Mina sees you've assembled a full team, she'll have to let you play. Arania peeks in again.
Are you ready yet? What I need to discuss is urgent.
You bristle, rolling your eyes. You stand up and march past her, haughtily.
I suppose there are a myriad reasons for you to be under the impression that you can simply commandeer my time, Arania, but I'm on important business.
You traipse back to your room and shut the door, meaningfully. Back to the matter at hand. You need more co-players. Horace is a catch, but still, a little on the lackluster side. On top of that, you don't know what this game even is. You need another teammate who won't ask questions about it, and might just join you on the promise of hanging out with other people. Someone truly desperate. Someone... Oh, no. Cardio-egalitarian began trolling Casanova's Adonis.
I can't believe I'm going on a limb to ask you this, nor that you're the second high blood that has come to mind on this foul errand, but I need to speak to you, Cronus.
I knew you couldn't keep away with it forever, doll. It was only a matter of time until the subtle allure of the unblock button would drag you back to my Voighton arms. Cardio-egalitarian blocked Casanova's Adonis. Nope, you're not sinking that low. You rub your temples just as you hear Arania again.
Cankry, seriously, this is important. God, you're so obstinate today.
You finally deign to open the door, looking up at her traitorous face.
Fine, Arania, but if this is anything less than vital to my ears, I'm going to ignore you for the rest of the day.
Arania huffs, calming herself before she can say anything rude.
Do you want to play a game with Mina and I?
You blink.
I will have to consider it due to my busy schedule, but I suppose it's fine to pencil me in for any plans you might be making vis-a-vis games.
She smiles brightly. You decide to tell her later on that you already recruited Horace. Be the horse boy. No need to be the horse boy, dear reader, for I am already at his humble abode, as he mentioned previously. In fact, from my perspective, I have just approached his hive. It is large, as I'm told as he is an indigo-blooded fellow. This is a rare chance for both of us. You know my future, at least in part, while I am left to ponder what it holds. It is quite exciting. As I mentioned before, this horseboy in question is one of 2 remaining gaps in my omnipotence, a gap I'm quite eager to fill. I hope he's not alarmed by the appearance of a sentient doll with an 8-ball for a head on his doorstep. Knock, knock. An individual answers the door, staring at me with a slack jaw. He has long hair cascading from underneath a begoggled mask that covers his face. 2 horns in the shape of arrows point to the heavens as he reaches...
I specifically asked them for the centaur model. What on Bephorus is this?
Oop. He who cavorts with the behooved appears to think I'm his male. He is manhandling me rather badly. I'd better make myself known before my stuffing falls out. Greetings, Sir Horace. I would appreciate if you ceased shaking me.
Oh, good heavens. My apologies, kind Anthropomorph. I mistook you as an imminent parcel I'm soon to receive.
He sets me down gently, marveling at my construction. I don't blame him. He appears to be a knowledgeable craftsman.
To what do I owe the pleasure? Are you some kind of false automaton? I am an accomplished machinist, you see. I hope these questions are not forward of me.
Oh, no bother. I'm here to impart information to you and to request information in return. Horace politely steps aside to allow me inside. His hive is immense, to say the least. It's also dreadfully cluttered, something to which I can relate. Machine parts line the walls, as well as paintings of. Well, with all due respect to my host, they're a bit tasteless. Some are photographs, but some are lovingly rendered paintings of, shall we say, horses coupling. I'm sure it's some Dadaist expression of surrealism, perhaps a burglar deterrent. Look, I can't overstate this. I'm basically looking at a bunch of horse dicks here.
Ah, admiring the collection, are you?
Yes. Okay. So this guy is some kind of horse freak. That's fine. There has to be some other reason his existence causes a gap in my omnipotence.
I have more in storage if you'd like to peruse. I have them rotated out every month or so.
No, that's fine. Are they all of horses?
These noble muscle beasts would decorate every square inch of my wall if physics permitted such things. Aren't they majestic?
Horace lovingly runs a hand over a painting, right over a horse's crotch. There's something! We walk further in, towards a living room. His mansion is dark and brooding. That or poorly lit. Okay, cards on the table. This guy gives me the creeps. I thought there were going to be some huge reason that this Horace guy was under my radar, but I'm starting to think I'd rather not know what he's got going on. He sits in a big armchair, and I sit in the one across from him. The room is filled with more horse paintings, as well as a life-size replica of what appears to be a centaur. Anatomically correct.
I'm all ears, Mr. Puppet Woman. Please, impart to me your knowledge.
Right, yes. Well, I've come to tell you something, an omen of the future, so to speak. Soon, your friends and yourself will engage in a game with catastrophic. Horace seems to zone out, pulling out his phone. I pause, but he continues to type. Catastrophic consequences.
That's quite a coincidence, kind puppet, for an associate of mine has just informed me that a game is presently being organized. It appears you are some kind of puppet oracle, befitting the shape of your cranium.
Right, well, I can't help but glance at the centaur statue again. I guess that's all, actually. Just keep your eyes peeled for the game. Horace laughs like he can't hear me very well, his voice raising. His mask helmet appears to be filling with water? Ah, no. The salty smell betrays it. It's sweat.
Now, what did you mean to ask of me, O felt oracle?
I stand up hastily. Actually, on second thought, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've got all I need.
Well, don't be a stranger. I will never forget your wisdom.
Leaving his house, I shudder. It will be nice to return home. I'm starting to think that these gaps in my infinite sight aren't necessarily profound in their revelation. Some of them are just mundanities that are perhaps better left unknown. B. Horace. Frankly, I've had enough of that guy for a bit. Be Cankry. You attempt to be Cankry, but fail miserably. You are instead Mina. Looks like the search for co-players is going well. In terms of sheer numbers, it's going fine, but you're a little worried as to the quality of some of these bozos. Arania just reported back. Not only Mulin, but she's acquired Horace and Cankry too. You aren't hot on them, but Arania did hold true to her word. Cruel condescension began trolling arcane knowledge.
Yo, Cirque, we should talk. See, I'm thinking about this game, and I think it's a good idea if we went with like teams.
teams. Smart. Leave the less adept behind on their team while we no doubt take the prize.
Yeah, but see, I was thinking since you got so many people, you should be like team captain of that team.
This is a gambit. You know Arania really wants to be on a team with you, but you, Super, do not. You can tell that she's conflicted, and you have a good idea as to why. On the one hand, she wants to be your teammate, yet on the other, Arania loves bossing people around.
Team captain?
Yeah, for sure. You be so good, sir.
You cringe again. God, talking to Arania lately is like pulling teeth.
I'll make you proud in this competition. Team Spiderbite is a go.
Sick.
Oh, thank God she took the bait.
So, what will your team name be?
Team 2, I guess. Team 2 versus Team Spiderbite it is then. I guess it'll be 6-on-6 then. See you around, sir.
Cruel condescension, stop trolling arcane knowledge. This is good. The problem is, Team 2 currently has a single player on it. You're going to have to bust your ass to find teammates. The good news is you know just where to start.
I love that.
God, this is so fucking.
I love the character you've given to Kankri. Jesus.
Yes, it's
Christ.
a good Kankri.
I
It's
do
a
like
great
pissy
Kankri.
communist boy Kankri. That's solid.
Fucking-
He's
Fucking phenomenal.
I made him in love with Karl Marx. Also, this was when I was writing the baby is June.
I
Bucky
noticed
noticed that I included an allusion to the lyrics.
an allusion to the lyrics. You just put a line from the song in the thick, dude.
I sure did.
That's not what the word illusion means,
You're very
Jojo.
subtle.
Oh my god.
Also, I don't know if you saw. I don't think you saw in chat. I made after Horace talked about emptying his sweat valves. I made a joke about him being a trumpet player.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Someone,
God, Horace
so-
is so gross. I hate
someone
him
made
so
a post on Twitter that was like, you know, the next time a trumpet player tells me it's just water, I'm gonna make him drink his spit valve. And I commented something like, with a slice of lemon, that would be exquisite.
Shut the
And
Oh
they
my
they
God.
bothered responding. They just said, "Oh my God."